My name's David, and we'll be going through a 5-minute mini dive of the location-based community I've started in Bali called the NYX. I would like to preface with some key motivators behind my intentions of building what this community is and what we want it to be. When looking at the world, predominantly the West, we see we've entered into a state of hypernormalization. From a systems perspective, and when looking at our current governance models, some are not inherently flawed, but the lack of transparency has opened them up to becoming severely corrupted. Science has become pseudoscience. From a spirituality perspective, we've lost touch with what it means to be a life form on this planet. Even though by nature we are social creatures, we lack social cohesion, and as a result have less than a healthy number of meaningful relationships. Meaningful relationships are a proven metric that determine how happy, healthy, and how long we live for. We lack community-based rituals, the things that bring us together through ceremony. Progress, development, tech, these are all amazing, but what's fueling their development? What are the intentions for their application? What good will this bring, and what are the potential externalities? So now we ask the question, how do we change this path we're on to ensure we're in a sustainable equilibrium with ourselves, each other, and the planet? It could be said that life as we know it is the result of positive feedback loops. Our universe is fractal by nature. Favorable conditions on sublayers create new macro layers and result in exponential progress for the sublayer. Until around 2 million years ago, this process, this layering of ever more complex abstractions, shout out to our immune systems, has always been a natural phenomenon through things like evolution. However, around this time, we started innovating new and advanced hunting technologies. This allowed our brains to grow 3 times the size, and for us to evolve into modern day Homo sapiens. It was this event that showed us we could impact the course of our history, not just through evolution. Fast forward 2 million years, and we're doubling the amount of transistors able to fit on a computer chip every 2 years. We need the same kind of systems thinking when it comes to setting right what we've done wrong. On the horizon, progress could be seen in such things as the unification of spirituality and science. Regardless, we need to leverage technology in a positive way in order to evolve into a sustainable equilibrium. Until blockchain and decentralized technologies, we didn't have a means as an individual to own our own value. The current monetary model of privatizing gains and socializing losses does not create optimal conditions for progress and violates morality, as seen from a lack of fairness and empathy. I feel the goal now is to create a collective consciousness through unification, facilitated by technology. The NYX is a sustainable business of businesses, a community that is centered around value produced by curiosity and passionate individuals. The project has 2 goals. 1, produce a model for economic sustainability, and 2, understand how we can increase the number of meaningful relationships we have. Curiosity, the desire to know, is at the heart of the project. To facilitate this, we are creating nodes of curiosity, facilities which allow passionate individuals to express their art form and learn their interests. Environment, personal development, science, art. The nodes have requirements. For example, each node must have a business model, and each node must have a node leader and 1 student. Now the question arises, could these nodes be used to create the right conditions for exponential progress via a positive feedback loop? The NYX loop is an attempt at the unification of our economic and social goals. By creating a positive feedback loop, we can create not only an inspiring and productive atmosphere, but also new macro layers resulting in excess value, innovation, and meaningful relationships. In essence, its functioning is as follows. We start off at art. Art is any original creation or expression. It's quite broad in that sense. A symphony played on a piano, the deriving of and solving of an equation, producing a captivating documentary. These are all art forms. Thus, the more art we have, the more we have to inspire other artists and problem solvers. This feeds into science. Science is problem solving at its core, and with understanding and executing science, we can solve more problems. This problem solving ability then feeds into the personal development and environment nodes. If we have better problem solving, we can create a better self and a better environment. An optimal environment and healthy self creates the conditions necessary for an individual to be more creative with their art form. Thus, the loop continues. It's like being able to more efficiently and healthily harvest our imaginations into tangible value is one way I thought of it. If we're able to produce excess value, we hope to be able to contribute that through some external medium by supporting individuals or other communities. I should also mention our economic sustainability does not rely on this concept. Each node is built to work as an independent business model. The loop is an experiment to see if we can achieve a positive feedback loop, a means to further enhance our social and economic value. For this part, we'll briefly present the roadmaps. As mentioned in our Discord post, this is still a work in progress. All media will be available in the supplementary document pack, which you can find in the Discord. Currently, 2 of our nodes, art and environment, have node leaders. The art node is the most developed and has a working business model, and is in phase 3 of development. Our environment node has achieved phase 2, and Maya, our node leader, is currently working on phase 3. The personal development and science roadmaps require more development, but the goals can be seen here. For our science node, one of its needs is to acquire grant money. This will be used to fund projects which use the scientific methodology to validate ideas and engineer better solutions, kind of like an in-house R&D department. The first projects we would like to fund within the science node include environmental studies and building a small-scale fermentation lab. As we grow, we will be inviting other scientific minds to propose projects that are in alignment with our goals and principles, and to join the community. For personal development, we invite anyone who can facilitate and share knowledge and start a project on any of these areas of interest. Now, speaking more high level, this is our master economic and visionary roadmap. In order to achieve our goals, we must hire additional personnel. In phase 2, we see our minimum viable product realized, with each node functioning as a business. Our current runway allows us to generate a minimum viable product for both the art and the environment nodes, which means economic sustainability for them. Sustainability in this sense entails the respective node paying back the resources required to build it, and what it costs to operate it. It will also serve as a means of generating profit for the NYX. To finish, I'd like to express our feelings towards RCA and its associated governance projects, Hypha and Seeds. As mentioned before, we believe it's through tech that we will be able to assimilate ourselves, so naturally we're excited to see such frameworks already in development, which can begin this process. We look forward to our first discussions on potential mechanisms that will allow us to integrate into these systems, what subscribing looks like, and be able to contribute our own value. One last thing I wanted to say was I personally love the storytelling requirement for villages through the Seeds library. Akin to Instagram, which I don't feel so motivated to post in, I love the idea of updating the NYX's journey through a platform with other similar communities. I'd love to see some kind of gamification or reward system that we could go into from this. I hadn't thought about it before, but as long as you have support and collaboration taking priority, competition almost turns into harmless and actually very productive fun. This is just an idea I had. I'd love to hear other opinions on it. In summary, we're really excited to connect to this new type of community, a community of communities. Thank you.